One of the first things you'll want to do when setting up a new YouTube account is sorting out a logo for your new brand. Whether or not that's actually needed is probably a discussion for another video, but in this video, I'm here to help everyone who's got about as much graphic design skill as I have, i.e. none. This was my first logo when I first arrived on YouTube. And I'm going to help you out by showing you the kind of things you can get from Fiverr.com. I'm going to buy 3 logos at 3 different price points. And we're going to have a look to see what sort of quality you can get for your money. Hello folks, my name's Kevin Chapman. I've been a full-time YouTube content creator for the last 3 years, and this is the Content Academy, a channel where I try and help you achieve exactly that as well. If that sounds like something that's of interest to you, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content. And if you get any value at all from this video today, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. It helps out with the old YouTube algorithm thing. And of course, if you've got any questions on what we're going to talk about today, make sure you let me know down in the comments section or come and find me when I'm live over on Twitch. I stream 4 nights a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. The link is down in the description below, and I'm always happy to get stuck into these conversations over there. So as mentioned in the intro to this video, I am going to be heading over to Fiverr.com and getting 3 different logos at 3 different price points to get an idea of the kind of quality you can get for different prices over on that website. And I'm doing this with a purpose because obviously this is a brand new channel. I'm recording this video in advance of launch. You can already see the logo that I picked because it's the one that's up in the banner above my head. I'm going to try and find the logo for this channel, and I'm going to be going through the same process for intro animations, for channel art, all that kind of stuff over the coming weeks as well. So for those of you who are building a new YouTube channel for the first time, we can kind of go along through the process step by step, and I can show you what I'm doing to put this channel together to get it to the point where it is now, where hopefully future Kev has got it looking nice and polished and professional. But future Kev is now concerned right now. In fact, we need to jump back to past Kev because he is ready and raring to go on Fiverr.com to pick some logos for us to buy. Over to you, past Kev. Oh, wowzers. Time travel never gets old. And Fiverr.com is loaded up, ready and waiting for us when we get here as well. That is what I call organization. Here we are on Fiverr.com then, all ready and eager to find some logo designs. So you can see I've already had a little bit of a quick scout of the site. I did initially just have a look at logo design itself, and I felt like there was too much variety when I was just using the generic logo design. So I eventually narrowed the search down to professional logo design. Professional minimalist logo design is the one Fiverr seems to be really pushing. I have no idea why. I don't know. Should we have a look? I don't know what a professional minimalist logo design is. I think it basically means black and white and not really much to it. And I think I want a little bit more than that. So if we go back to professional logo design, and then we've got loads and loads of options, and as you can see, loads of options at loads of different price points, starting from as low as $5 as the site suggests, but straight away there we've got one for $1,500. And one of the goals of what I'm trying to do with this video is try and work out what the difference between the cheapest providers are and I guess a lower mid-cost one. Full disclosure, I ain't spending £1,500 on logo design for a brand new YouTube channel, but I think I will try and do one for around the $5 to $10 mark, one maybe around the $25 to $50 mark, and then one I'm willing to push the boat out and go as high as $100 for a third design, and then see how we get on. So I'm noticing straight away we've got a few people who are pro verified, but they look very expensive, so I don't think we're getting a pro verified one. We've got rising talent, which means it's a rising talent with a high potential recommended by Fiverr's editors. So these ones are potentially worth a look. But up here, I noticed there was one that was Fiverr's Choice. Fiverr's Choice recommends highly rated services trusted for quality work and delivery. So that's worth looking at as well. But we're going to start off and do the cheapest one first. And similar to when you're looking on YouTube, I'm going by thumbnails here. I don't like what they're doing there. Can we lower this down to, we want ones that are going to cost us no more than a $5 for our first one. So let's try and find some eye-catching logos for less than £5. Don't really like that. Don't really like that. That one looks interesting, and they've got an average rating of 4.8 on 540 reviews. This one, they're all just a bit wordy for me. These ones are getting a little bit too young for what I'm looking for. I think this one is probably closest to what I'm looking for. Some pretty cool logos on there. I find it hard to believe you can get something like that for a $5, unless you're already providing them with the graphic, in which case they're just adding a font. But who am I to say? There's some pretty good logos on here. So if you need a logo for your business, company, website, or other project, you're at the right place. They use so they're using open stock images, so they're not creating that character graphic. That's an open stock image that they found, so that's fair enough. We make the logo before time, but after making the logo, we do research to make sure there's nothing like the logo. I'm not sure what that means. Does that mean that they're just going to give me a pre-made logo? I mean, for a $5, I guess I can't really complain. It'd be interesting to see how well they match my requirements up with a logo they might have already designed, but they have some pretty decent reviews. They've got 3 packages, one for $5, $20, $35. So the $5 package, high resolution JPEG, PNG, unlimited revisions. That's interesting with something that's pre-designed. A free 3D mock-up. I'm not really interested in 3D mock-ups. These seem to be a bit of a thing here on Fiverr, and I'm not interested in them at all. But they give me a logo. Do they give me the source file? Does that mean they do or they don't? Because there's a solid tick there. I'm going to assume I maybe need to spend a little bit more to get this. And I need the source file. It's the logo is not really any use to me at all without a source file. But they're going to turn this around in a day. Right, yeah, it doesn't mention source files in that one. So to get the source files, I need to do the $20 package, which is 2 logo concepts with source files, vector file, transparent file, and 3D mockup. Okay, so I guess we're going to do that one. We don't want stationary designs or social media kit or an additional logo concept. Just this is fine. So it's interesting. It's going to be back within 6 hours. Let's go for this one. So that one is ordered. The seller needs the following information to start working on your order. Title, tagline, don't really have. Color, not really bothered. Any inspiration? I'm pretty happy for them to just kind of do their thing. So I'm looking for a logo for my new YouTube channel called Content Academy. I have no color preference, but would like a professional logo that would work on general stationery, etc., but also as the avatar, I think it's called, as the avatar of the YouTube channel. I have no tagline, just the words Content Academy are fine, but it would be nice for the graphical element of the logo to be able to stand alone and not necessarily need the text to be recognizable. I can't spell necessarily. There we go. Examples of other stuff that I like. YouTube tips. We're doing live market research here. So I guess we need to go to YouTube and just pick some of these channels and see what they've got as their logos. Is that 4, 5? Okay, what have they got? Picture of his face. There's a logo, but that's just text. Picture of her face. Picture of his face. Looks like everyone's doing pictures of their face. That's interesting. And then start order. So that's our low cost one, which we somehow managed to spend $20 on. Medium cost. So for the medium range, if we look for stuff that's up to say $25, see what we can get the next tier up. And again, we're looking for stuff where the logos look quite good on first inspection on here. I quite like the look of these ones. I'd be happy with most of those. 4.9 average rating on 152 orders. Have we got any of these recommended people on here? Doesn't look like we do. So we're kind of having to play it by ear ourselves. These look pretty cool. Hello buyers. 4 years experience, equipped with skills in logo design and company branding. You're looking for fresh, unique, minimal, creative, awesome. I mean, yes, this is what I'm looking for. So You have a premium package and a basic package. Basic package doesn't include vector files. So again, that's no source file, no vector files. So to get the source file and the vector files, we've got to go $35. That gives us 2 concepts plus 7 revisions, vector file, source files, 3D mockup, and social media kit, which I won't use, but let's go for it. £35 for this one. We don't need extra fast delivery. 2 days delivery time. There's a lot of extra stuff we could add on here, but I'm happy to just go without any of the extras. Okay, so this person wants a little bit more information. So let's copy and paste that in. Tagline, none. Describe my logo business. I don't really have a logo in mind. My business is a YouTube channel that is about helping new content creators to get started online. Videos covering topics such as creating a YouTube channel, editing video, live streaming, equipment, etc. Lots of tutorials and guides. So I'm looking for a professional but modern logo. No real color preference. Happy for you to be creative with this. Please share your inspirations or ideas. I don't really have anything in mind. Love to see what you can come up with. And then we tick that. And we start order. Medium price, done. They really want me to attach a file to show the kind of stuff that I'm interested in, but I really don't have anything in mind for it. So I think what I'm going to do is be a little bit cheeky and just put all of the text that I've just done into a Word document, turn it into a PDF and submit that, just to really make the point that I want to see what they can come up with. I don't want to go to them with much of a brief. If I had a detailed brief, I'd probably only go to one designer. So let's add that file. Boom. File added. Order started. Absolutely cheating the system. But you know what? I've just given them, what, $35? I can cheat the system. Now let's look for the expensive option, at least in the lower ends where my price range is. So we're going to be looking for someone for, let's say, up to $50, because every single one of them seems to be more than what I put in. And I really don't want to spend more than $100 on a logo. So straight away, I'm seeing this one as a Fiverr's choice. Now, I wouldn't necessarily have picked this one out because they're really pushing the 3D stuff, which I don't really like. I don't want a 3D logo, but I guess they're just showing off that they can do it. But the fact that they're a Fiverr's choice, 2 variations, unlimited revisions. I'll deliver you a fully creative logo for your business in a short time, 100% original. I don't use templates or clip art. That's cool. A professional logo design using very latest techniques and software. Good value for money. 100% customer satisfaction. You'll only get one design in usable formats. Yeah, so they're going to give me multiple ideas, but then I get the finished design, just one. But I don't get the source file for $50. So to get the source file, I have to spend $110, which is expensive. But I need that source file for it to be any use to me. So I'm going to have to throw $110 at them. This is what I mean. Don't necessarily believe that first price you see. You will end up paying more than it. So much less information being asked for here. So if we go back to our brief that we had before, I can just copy that in. I'd like a modern professional logo for my new business / YouTube channel called Content Academy. I have no tagline, no color preference. I just like to see what you can come up with. Leaving it completely open to them. They're going to give me 3 concepts. I can do unlimited revisions. Need to get my money's worth on my $110. And so we wait. The slowest one of those was the most expensive one because they're doing proper work. So that's going to be up to 5 days. So I think I'll probably just give it 3, 4, 5 days, start checking in with them, get my revisions and stuff done if I feel like I need revisions. And then once we've got them all back, we'll have a look at them together. More time travel. Okay, so 5 days have passed and I have my orders back from Fiverr, and let's have a little look through them in order. I have had a little sneak peek at them just to make sure any revisions that needed doing were done, but we're going to have a little look through and review them properly now. So let's start with the $22 order, the cheap one. So if we go on to this, and have a look at the designs that came back. You can see that we got a few options through these guys. This was the first option that they gave me, which I actually quite liked. If I wasn't being so particular and I didn't know I'd already spent $100 on a more expensive design, I might have actually gone for this one. I think this one's quite cool. But they did do me a few different options. Well, there's that same one, but with a different colour scheme. I much prefer the red and blue colour scheme. They gave me that as a different option. They also did a couple of other designs. I don't like this one at all. I see what they've tried to do. I just don't like it. I don't like the font. I don't like the way they've used the A in the lettering. And again, a different coloured version of that one. And I think there was a third design as well. Yeah, they kind of went all in on that one, and then showed me different colours with this one. So what I asked for those guys was pretty much to go back to the first design that I asked for and send me that one. So that's the option that we got from that one. But I don't think it's going to be the one that I go for, but for $22, it doesn't look unprofessional. The $37 one, then the mid-range, if we have a look at this one, they gave me two options, which again are both two pretty good options. This one is, I think, my preferred of the two that they sent me. I did ask for a revision on this one because I don't know how relevant a pen is to the channel that we're going to be doing. I know I did say writing would be something we do as part of Content Academy, but I don't think it needs to be included in the logo. So I asked them to make that maybe something more into a camera or something like that, which hopefully they've done as a revision. We'll go and check for the revision in a second. And then this was the other idea that they got. I don't like this kind of font. I've never liked this kind of font. And again, they've gone with the quill, which isn't really relevant to what I wanted. So the revised version of the first one that they did for me, which I much prefer, is this one. So they've done it with like the shutter style thing, moved the play button. I think they had the play button in the O of content before, moved it over there. I like the font. I like both of the fonts they've used on this one. I think that's quite cool as a logo. I could quite happily go with that as my logo. In fact, we might end up using that one as the logo. That one I think is really, really cool. It's nice and clean. It's simple. It's got a standalone logo bit that doesn't necessarily need the text with it, but when the text is there, it's in a cool font. I like that one. But then we have the expensive one, $115. This one took the longest to come through as well. And they gave me three options. And these are they. They've sent them all through as these 3D styles, which I really don't like these 3D versions of the logo. I see why they do it, because I can't just sort of copy that one and use all three of them. They're going to send me the source files to one, and I guess you know what? I don't really understand why they do it. Just send me the proper logo so I can judge them properly. But I really, really like this logo. I won't be able to make the final decision about whether we use it or not until I see it flat. This is the one that I've asked them to send the source files for through. I've not had them yet. You'll obviously be able to see from what we've done with the channel art on the channel whether this is the one we went for, or whether we went back and used that one from the mid-price ones. I don't particularly like either the other two that these people did. That one, I mean, it's fine, but I'm not really sure. I see they're trying to use a C in there, but it doesn't really look like. I don't really like it. And then the third option that they sent me, again, I'm not really sure what they're trying to do with this. I also don't think I like the red in the logo either for either of those two options, whereas the use of loads of colour on that one I think is cool, but it might be too colourful. So we'll wait and see until we get the source files through before we know if we're absolutely definitely using this one or not. And if we don't, we'll just use the mid-price one. But I can certainly see a future for the channel where that is our logo. Wow. I knew I didn't trust those little 3D mock-ups. On further inspection, after recording those clips, I actually got the 2D versions of both of the logos that I was considering. This is the one that I really liked when I was recording that previous clip, and I actually think as a 2D thing, it doesn't look very good. I don't really like the font. I don't really like the way colour is used on it. So in the end, I actually went for the medium priced one. This one. This is the one that we have set up and used on the channel. Obviously, you already knew that, but thought it was important to take you on a journey of discovery with me while you saw the kind of process that I went through to decide on picking that, and also to show that you don't always necessarily have to spend an enormous amount of money on Fiverr. I've just been stung for $100 for something that I'm never going to use. I feel real good about that at the moment, but you know, ultimately I would recommend anybody who wants to buy anything from Fiverr, and I've done this with podcast logos, book covers, music for use in videos and podcasts, and anything I've ever needed to use. I've been using this website for many, many years. I would always recommend decide on what your budget is and almost split it up into 3 chunks. Whether you do that as 3 equal chunks, or whether you do it as a cheaper, a medium priced, and more expensive one, the way I have in this video. But you're always taking a little bit of a risk just going to one person and blowing your whole budget on one person. Whereas if you split your budget into at least 3, generally you'll get at least 1 or 2 that are half decent. And I do think if I'd have just done this in isolation, I would have been happy with using either the second or the third logos that we looked at there. So it's only the fact that I think I prefer the second one, which is why I'm not using the more expensive one. Ultimately, they were both pretty good logos and I think pretty decent value for money. Let me know down in the comments which one you would have chosen. Have I chosen correctly? It's too late now if I haven't, because at this point I've already gone and bought the channel art, the animation and all that other stuff you can already see over the channel, and I'll be releasing videos over the next couple of weeks showing the process that I went through to get those. Hopefully you have enjoyed that video though and got something out of it. If you have, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on the video for me. Let me know down in the comments what kind of things you'd like to see me make videos on next. Subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on so you don't miss out on any future content, and thank you very much for watching.